So, welcome to the Licence and Regulatory Committee Subcommittee on the 2nd of March 2026. The subcommittee need to appoint a chair, and I understand that Councillor Rose has been appointed. Is that agreed? Yep. So I pass over to Councillor Rose, the chair.
Thank you very much. And thanks everyone for being here or for watching online. First point is asking if there are any declarations of interest from the panel. No. And then introducing members of the subcommittee, myself, Councillor Rose, Councillor Watson, Councillor Nichols, and the officers are Jodie Ingram and Sandra Brannigan and Leslie Cook, the licensing manager, and we have the applicant here as well, Andrew Elliott. Is the applicant present? Yes, I think that's fair. Are you legally represented or represented by yourself? Yeah, represent myself. And do you have any witnesses with you today, or is it just yourself?
Witnesses?
Microphone, sorry.
Oh, what press?
The middle button.
Was it the microphone?
Yeah. There you go.
Witnesses? In what context?
You can provide witnesses to support the application.
Well, my family are behind me, but they aren't here. My manager, obviously, and I would say all the dancers who work upstairs certainly be behind me.
Thank you. I did skip over the minutes of the previous meeting. I apologise. The minutes of the last meeting, has anybody got any objections to them? Everyone in support? All good. Thank you very much. So we move on to the licensing officer's presentation of the report, please.
Thank you, Chair. So this is an application for the renewal of a sex establishment licence for a sexual entertainment venue for Club 55, which is located on the first floor of Ziggy's nightclub, 53 to 55 Micklegate, York. A copy of the application can be found at Annex 1 and pages 21 to 26 of the report. The application is the renewal of a sex establishment licensing with the opening hours Friday and Saturday 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. and on days that racing is held at York Racecourse from 6 p.m. to 4:30 a.m. A sex establishment licence is valid for a period of 12 months. A copy of the licence to be renewed can be found at Annex 2, which is on pages 27 to 33 of the report. The premises currently hold a premises licence issued under the Licensing Act 2003, and a copy of the licence can be found at Annex 3 and on pages 35 to 33 of the report. A summary of the licence activities can be found at page 14. The Council has adopted the provisions of the Local Government Miscellaneous Provisions Act Schedule 3 with regards to sex establishments. The Council standard conditions for sexual entertainment venues can be found at Annex 4, and that's on pages 45 to 52. The consultation process was carried out correctly. One objection has been received, and this can be found at Annex 5 on page 53. A map showing the location of the premises can be found at Annex 6 on page 55. There are no mandatory grounds for refusing the application. The discretionary grounds for refusal can be found on pages 16 and 17. Members have the following options. Option 1, grant the renewal of the licence as requested. Option 2, renew the licence with modified additional conditions imposed by the subcommittee. Option 3, refuse the application for renewal on one or more of the discretionary grounds. That's a quick overview of the report, Chair.
Thank you very much. And just to confirm that the existing hours of licensing and all the conditions are the same for the renewal. There's nothing that's been extended.
Nothing's been changed. No, there's no variation or anything before you. It is just a straightforward renewal. What they currently have, they want to renew.
Thank you very much. Then Andrew, you got the right to ask questions of Leslie before we ask any questions.
Yes, I would say we go actually above and beyond the regulations. We very, very rarely open at 9 p.m. Usually 11 p.m. on an evening when hopefully, shall I say, that families, etc., and younger people are certainly off the streets. We don't use the extended hours on race meetings because it's just not worth it. and it would probably attract, shall we say, undesirables to our establishment, because we also run the nightclub downstairs, which is extensively now for young students. And having spoken with Leslie, I pride myself on the fact that we do deal with a lot of female students nowadays, because they feel safe with me around, as a, shall we say now, a grandfather figure. I've been in licensing and hospitality all my life. My parents, I was born into a family of that, so I've held a license for, I think, 54 years now. And I'd like to pride myself on being from a working class Labour supporting background who, shall we say, brought me up, in my opinion, the right way. I was made to read Das Kapital as a young boy, of the people according to their ability to the people according to their needs. And I feel that I adopt socialist principles.
Thanks. I poorly phrased that because the category we're in is questions for the licensing officer.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions for Leslie about her report?
No, well, I've known Leslie a lot of years, and we talk very frankly together. If she wants me and gives me a reprimand, I'll accept a reprimand. I'm of a different era to your good selves. I'm a lot older than you. I listen, and I'll react to things because it's part of the business. And there we are, really.
Any questions from the subcommittee for Leslie?
No questions, Chair.
No, fab. In which case, you've got up to 15 minutes to present anything else you'd like to present about your case.
No, I could talk. That's part of my job in hospitality, being hospitable to people. I will talk to people when they come in the establishment, especially upstairs. And I impress upon them, look, guys, be sensible. We lay the law down to them and say, if you do transgress, there is a chance that you could be arrested and put on the sex offenders list. That usually calms them down somewhat. And stag parties especially, they come in like lions and leave like lambs, because the girls have the upper hand in the end. Not physically speaking, of course. It's a job, as I say, I've done all my life, and I enjoy dealing with people. And I can talk turkey to them. I talk straight to them, and they're generally very straight with me. We have a policy whereby if there's a, shall we say, a boisterous party comes in, I'll have a word with them, or my manager, who's equally as adept at it as me, will say to them, who's in charge? It's usually one of the senior members will say to them, tell you what, give me your ID or your driving license or whatever. If everything goes off well during the night, we'll give you it back. If not, we have a point of contact with you. And it works. It's human nature. I'm no scholar of human nature, but I just deal with people in front of me.
Thank you very much. Leslie, have you got any questions for the applicant?
No, Chair, no questions.
Thank you. Subcommittee?
No, Chair.
I've just got a couple of questions. The first is, how long have you been operating the sex establishment license for?
Since 2006.
And during that time, how many issues have you had with things like the points that?
Oh, sorry.
That's all.
Sorry. Yes. To rephrase, I've been had the license for since 2006.
Thank you. And during those 20 years, the issues that have been raised by the objection around, for example, extreme violent attack or similar, how many times have you had issues? Have you had to have police come? Anything along those lines?
I've had the police on once to, back in the day, to take someone who evidently, shall we say, misdemeaned somewhere else in town. And from the radios, they said, well, look out for this certain person. And he was in. So we rang the police. They came along. And shall we say, they removed him. He also got 4 years for other things later on, but that's all. We talk to people. That's my job. I'm the intermediary, and I'm generally there all of the time. And I hope it washes off on the rest of the staff. They know how to deal with people. I'm not a threat to a man in the club. I'll just explain to the position. Look, I'm the licensee. I'm the owner of the premises. You know, you are here under my jurisdiction, etc.
When there are issues outside the club in the queue or when people are coming out or anything, is it ever related to the sex establishment license? Is it alcohol license? Is it just people passing by? Like what's the experience?
Very few issues, if any. Certainly not for the Bar 55 license upstairs. Some of the times they come in, you know, well, I won't say boisterous, but because we have very good doormen and we explain to them at the front door, say, look, there are 25 cameras, they're hardwired, all the exits are covered, etc., etc. And if you misdemean in here, and unfortunately, if you're arrested in here for whatever, you could go on the sex offenders list, so you don't see your kids for a while. It tends to calm them down somewhat. It's a good, and I cleared it with Kim, the police licensing officer, and she said yes, that would be applicable. So look, I'm not after trouble. I'm too old to do anything like. I've had the days when it's been A lads A before cameras, etc. A few words from me, and dare I say it, they probably respect the fact that I've been there an awful long time and they know what I'm talking about. And it helps. And my manager, he's just coming up 50. He's worked in nightclubs in Australia, in Melbourne, where he said it's a little bit more raucous than York. And he said, look, it's Pussycat Town, York, compared to where he's worked before. And we just talk to people. That's what hospitality is all about. You get one chance to make a first impression. Just make it a good one.
Thank you very much. Any final questions from our side? I've not got any. No. In which case, Leslie, you've got 5 minutes to make any closing remarks as licensing officer.
The only additional thing that I would say, Chair, is my senior licensing officer, along with the police licensing officer, did visit the premises a few weeks ago to do a full inspection and a review of all documentation, and everything was in order. They had nothing to report following that inspection.
Thank you very much. And if you'd like to make any final comments, you've got 5 minutes to do so. Don't feel the need. But
I think I've told you before, I can talk. I think so. Yeah, I can talk, but on this occasion, I think I've probably said enough. If anyone wants a conversation with me about licensing in York, I'm available.
thank you very much. I'll glance over to the office in case I've missed anything, but I think it's up to us to have deliberations about what we think for the license now.
Yes, well, thanks, Chair, and thanks to Andrew and Leslie for their participation this morning. So far as I see, as has already been said, there are no mandatory grounds for us to refuse the licence, and if one looks at the discretionary grounds, we can immediately discount para 328 A, B and C of Schedule 3 of the Act. And so the aspect of subpara D comes in, which is the character of the relevant locality, to the use to which the premises in the vicinity are put, and to the layout, character or condition of the premises, etc. And that is in essence what the objector relates to. Well, certainly the layout, character and condition of the premises doesn't apply here. So the objector makes reference to an incident which has taken place. There's no evidence as to whether that relates to this establishment or to the main establishment downstairs. And there's no evidence either that the area of Micklegate is changing its character over the last 12-month period. That being the case, and bearing in mind the police approach, which is of no objection, I think it is a situation that we cannot say we do not have any grounds to refuse. So, and therefore, to turn it round, we should therefore approve this application, and I'm happy to move approval.
Do you have any thoughts, Michael?
Just exactly that. And then, I can understand absolutely. So I can sympathise with the objector, but there's nothing significantly specific to this, and there's no police and no licensing, so happy to approve.
Yeah, my opinion is the same, which is that the character of the relevant locality hasn't changed in 20 years. The use to which the premises in the vicinity are put hasn't been changing, and the layout hasn't been changing. The reason we're having a subcommittee meeting is because we have an objection, but the objection is specifically around the violence. Hasn't been then backed up by the police saying that there's a significant concern there. There are obviously issues in the city centre in general in many places at many times, but I don't think that's specifically related to the sex establishment licence here from what we've got in front of us today. Do we need a formal vote on that, or is if we're all in agreement?
Oh, you just need to formally resolve, yes, that it would be option 1, chair, and
Yeah.
I assume, Leslie, that's with all the, worth saying that's with all the conditions.
Yes, it would be with all the conditions that apply to the premise, to the licence already would still stand, yes.
So are we happy to grant the licence with all existing conditions? Yes. Then I think that's that. In which case, thank you very much, everyone, for being here, and for those watching online as well. And that's.
Listening to a babbling man, as I say, I'm from hospitality. Part of my job.
Well, good. Thank you very much, everyone.
Chair.
You've got reasons given enough.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you for that.
That's the presentation.